very special moment in the history of the Cumulus Association, a collective effort that brings together values, commitment, and vision for the future of design. It's now time to officially launch the Cumulus Declaration 2025. To introduce this new chapter, I'm pleased to invite back on stage the president of Cumulus, Professor Lorenzo Imbesi.
Yes, I've been told to wait until the music stops, so good. Thank you. Back again. Now, there's very few moments in the life of a community where you need to stop and start reflecting about the values internally that is bringing, let's say, a long discussion among the people, students, faculties, anyone, internationally or worldwide, to better understand pretty much what are the values that we are sharing. And these are very important moments in the life of any community, because this is not measuring only understanding the values that we really trust and believe in, but also this is a way to start opening an internal conversation. So I guess that personally I believe that the internal value of the declaration is, of course, in the content, but is also in the process. And it's also about the motivation that where we started, to have a large conversation on the design declaration. The Kyoto Design Declaration was drafted in 2008, so that means something like 17 years ago. And we did understand that we needed to start a conversation about understanding, what are the new contemporary urgencies that we're living now, and to understand how much. Again, that document, in the Kyoto document, is still a strong document from my perspective, but we wanted to understand how much the world has been changing in the last 17 years. Economy, technology, climate, and also geopolitical instability, conflicts, and inequalities, social inequalities, and so on. And we understood that we living in a complex system where we're not just designing anymore just about humans, but for all living systems. And Cinzia Fleury, just a few minutes ago, was mentioning about Bruno Latour, saying that there is an interconnection between humans and any living being. And I think this is pretty much at the center, at the core of the work that we've been doing in the last few years. Again, it has been a process. I will leave all the details to Roberto, that I really thank him for leading this complex process that has been lasting for 2 years, where we've been consulting, educational institutions, partners worldwide, with very inclusive methodologies, a lot of surveys, workshops, discussion forums, and so on. But I will say this is not ending with the signature. We want it to be a living document that from now on, it will be translating for the next years in all the different languages. And when we say translating, it's not just about a neutral process of changing the words with other languages. When you translate a language, you have also to understand, from a different perspective, from a different language, to translate that content. And I'm sure this will also evolve in new discussions also for the future. And we will try somehow as much as possible to translate that document as a living document in the many languages that are in our community. We're going to have Eya and some students read the documents in a few minutes, but I can anticipate that we have 5 fundamental pillars that are from human-centered to planet-centered, from sustainable to regenerative, radical inclusivity, and solidarity, pluriversal design and decolonization, managing technological disruptions. And you're going to read in this document a strange word, that is togetherness. Now, togetherness is not a word you're going to find in the dictionary. And I remember reading from Gilles Deleuze that sometimes you need some words that are linguistically not correct, but they capture, what you mean. Togetherness means being together, respecting cultures, promoting social justice, that are all about action that include being together. So we use a wrong word to say something that is right. And so unity is about diversity. That means also respecting cultures and traditions, but also understanding also the big pictures, building trust, and also, of course, design needs always empathy and care as drivers for peace. And I would like to end up with a final quotation taken from the document that is pretty much speaking about our mission as Cumulus. We are a dynamic forum for the exchange of knowledge and best practices, and a committed advocate for a positive role of designers in shaping a better world. And now I would like to come, to welcome on stage both our founder, Irio Sotama, and also our honorary president, Christian Gelleren, which were the two people that drafted the very first Kyoto Design Declaration. Please welcome them on stage.
Great moment to be here in front of you and together with Christian, Luisa, and Lorenzo. 35 years ago, there were 6 universities from Europe who decided to found Cumulus. And I think it was, what we really did was we found a very interesting seed that we planted to the ground, and the people like Christian and Luisa and Lorenzo and all of you have been taking care of this seed in a very beautiful way and build an organization that is unique and very important. I think if you think the situation in the world today, we need people who believe that they can create a different kind of future for all of us. I think Cumulus is basically an organization that is built around 1 million students in the 400 institutions in the more than 70 countries. I think it's the young people's ideas and aspiration and will that will take Cumulus forward. It's an honor to be here today with all of you, and I think I will remember this always. Thank you.
Okay, all right. So we were in Kyoto, and we signed the first Cumulus Declaration, and it was a great moment. And there were Luisa on the stage there. She became the president after that, and the board at that time coming from all over the world. And I was young, and as you can see, and I was very young. And, okay, all right. It was a great moment, and very proud to be here too, and to have the occasion to sign the new Cumulus Declaration. I'd like to recognize the board, the current board, because we have not talked about them already, and for the fantastic job you've done to elaborate the new declaration. Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you for bringing us back to the roots of this initiative and reminding us of the legacy that inspired today's actions. We now turn to the creative process behind the 2025 declaration, a process built on collaboration, dialogue, and co-design across continents. To share how this process unfolded, we're honored to welcome the Vice Provost at Tecnológico de Monterrey and a key contributor to the making of this declaration. Please welcome Roberto Iñiguez Flores.
Thank you very much. The first very thing I would like to mention is that it has been an honor for me to coordinate the process of creating the declaration we are presenting today. There were voices suggesting that we could write this declaration as a board. But for us, a mantra of our mandate was everything, including the members. So we took the very long way, more than 2 years, creating spaces for participation. We had the ambition to include the voices of all our members as much as possible. The process followed the idea of very well known for this community of a double diamond, that in parallel, we were also working on another process of participation called Let's Co-Design the Future of Cumulus. As a board, we have the responsibility to think and to preserve the Cumulus for the future. And we try to keep connected these two processes, as you can see on the image, because we fully believe that the future of Cumulus has to be built on the base of these expressed shared values. So in this calendar, you can see how surveys were deployed at each conference from Antwerp, Beijing, Budapest, Monterrey. We held in-person workshops. I have seen many familiar faces that were part of this, so I take advantage to say thank you, express all our gratitude for all this beautiful community that participated during every step of this participatory process. We also held some online workshops in different time zones. That has been an interesting challenge. So participants from different regions and time zones, as already mentioned, of the globe could participate. And we also conducted several consultations, including our former presidents here. So thank you very much for all your support. And of course, our students. And I'm very happy to see some also of the faces of our students that participated in this process. We started, as Lorenzo already mentioned, revisiting the Kyoto Design Declaration. It was stated from the very first moment that we should strengthen the theme of sustainability, expanding it to include topics such as adaptation, resiliency, and regenerative design. Equity and social justice also appeared. Very early, the concept of planet-centered design took a central stage in the workshops. Although I gotta say that I must say that there were no consensus regards the specific definition. So between planet-centered, life-centered, humanity-centered, even we have had long discussions, but at the end, we conclude that the spirit was the same. To set design in a post-Anthropocenic era. The idea that the challenges that we face are vast and complex, and that we as humanity lack the knowledge to address them, suggests that we should embrace all possible knowledges, from indigenous wisdom to science, of course, knowledges in plural. And of course, artificial intelligence has been a constant in these discussions, sometimes as a threat, other times as an opportunity, but definitely, as Christian already mentioned during the opening of this ceremony, as a force that will transform our disciplines and the way we live, even the species we are. The idea of educating a new generation of students capable of reinventing the current capitalist model towards an economy based on contribution and no longer extractivist was very powerful. And a strong call to consider how design can play a role in social issues, from inclusion, gender issues, LGBT+ cultural transitions, and of course, peace, that was already mentioned by Lorenzo. A very relevant topic in the discussion was the notion of pluriversalism, rethinking how design disciplines are aware of the different ways of being on the world, and design acts from that perspective. There was also much discussion about the idea of the decolonization of design. Design discourses have been monopolized by central regions, while peripheral regions or the global south adopt this as imposed cultural flows. A notion that is controversial, of course, but for the majority of our associates necessary. Interestingly, the information produced by more than 100 students around the globe and part of our universities and schools validates the central theme, the shift of design centered in human to a design centered in life as the main transition, and reinforces the idea that design can lead inclusion, strengthen democracy, was very, very relevant for our students. Students have a very clear idea that AI, artificial intelligence, is a co-creative force. But perhaps the phrase that sums up the students' voice is that this generation envisions design as a transformative force that is ethical, inclusive, pluralistic, and aligned with the well-being of all forms of life. The numbers, a little bit more than 2 years, work deploying different platforms for participation. I already mentioned for surveys, workshops, online, in-person, consultations, etc. And I am very proud to say that more than 350 participants were part of the discussions. Finally, I would like to thank you all, the many people who made this long but inclusive process possible. The members, my colleagues, the members of the board, our president Lorenzo, of course, Ella and Justina. Thank you so much. Our former president that supports this idea, of course, and especially two people that are here, David Sanchez and Yadira Ornelas. Where are you? Well, thank you very much. It was the team that was behind the participatory process, the team from my university that worked tirelessly to make this happen. And finally, but most important, to all the participants, many of you are in this room, that were part of this discussion. Thank you so much. Now we'd like to introduce our mom, Ella Salmi, our dear secretariat.
Mother needs help, and fathers help all of us. Hey, thank you, Roberto. I have a great honor to be here on the stage and share this unforgettable moment, which is not only this moment, it will land down with all of us for ages from this moment ahead. But I'm not doing this alone. The human touch. I'm sharing this moment with two awesome students among all millions of students in Cumulus. So I have the pleasure to welcome, not in any alphabetical order, my dear little daughter, Aina Sedi. She's a student from Iran and studying here at Kyoto Design. Aina, welcome on the stage. It's not enough that the two of us are here on the stage, so one more lady is needed. I'm welcoming Cecilia Salazar. She's been studying in Tech Mexico and doing her awesome degree, soon ready here at Kyoto Design. Welcome on the stage, Cecilia. To read, I think, and think is easy. Sometimes it's difficult to listen. But what we have been doing and we are going to do is reaffirming design's commitment to inclusivity, collaboration, and planet-centered innovation amidst global challenges. From human-centered to planet-centered, we are in need of a paradigm shift from human-driven development to planet-centered design as the basis for an interdependent coexistence between humans and non-humans. The history, how we have impacted our planet, leads us through the current Anthropocene epoch, which significantly questions how we can design with meaning and consciousness. Every design action has an impact on the entire system of life we call Earth, our only home. As humans, we recognize symbiotic conditions with other living systems to promote healthy interactions and regenerative efforts. The position of a forward-looking collective society shapes a way in which life cycles, patterns, and the rhythm of nature resonate with our consumption, health, and development.
Rethinking sustainability. The Sustainable Development Goals have led to massive changes in policy and production, with the aim of achieving a better future. These goals make it clear that the role of design is critical to creating a more inclusive, connected, and resilient society. Universal access to resources, food, places, and information requires a wide range of design strategies and tools, but also a paradigm shift towards a new contract with nature. Climate emergencies, economic fluctuations, and natural disasters reveal challenges that require alliances across institutions, disciplines, civil society, and governments, together with the design community, to promote regenerative cultures. Design can redefine itself and take on new roles, from creating responsible products, services, and systems, to leading creative action towards the necessary transitions. Inclusiveness and togetherness. Unity is about diversity, respect and openness to different cultures and traditions. Conviviality must be redesigned to promote social justice and to strengthen trust. Ongoing collaborations across borders, sectors, disciplines, and cultures is needed to expand the value of design. Interconnected communities of designers in future societies will face the next challenges, such as mass migration, gender issues, and inequality. Design needs a permanent agenda promoting empathy and care as drivers for peace.
Design in plural. We are experiencing a global citizenship promoted by an interconnected economy. With constant cultural exchanges and information flows that mainly go from dominant regions to the global south. Every region of the planet has its own uniqueness and values. Decolonizing design needs to happen, thus ensuring that innovation benefits localities. More than ever, we need to reconnect with diverse knowledge, from indigenous wisdom to science, to thrive as a multitude of a species, and increase the impact of design in urban and rural environments, learning from every culture and tradition. A pluriversal approach is needed, represented by a deep responsibility to each community and the different ways of being in the world. Disruption with rapidly changing technologies. Emergent technologies are changing geopolitical and social conditions rapidly. More than ever, art and design universities, creative youth, designers, and other professionals should offer their ability to understand and engage with change as a resource for our society. Artificial intelligence, synthetic biology, and cognitive sciences are transforming our way of living and what we understand as humans. Information surveillance and related augmented technologies are post-human realities. Designers are well-positioned to seize the opportunities offered for this disruption by envisioning possible futures and working in transdisciplinary teams that enable creativity in preferred directions and thus promote critical thinking as well as design action.
We hereby promote the declaration in accordance with our mission. We are a dynamic forum for the exchange of knowledge and best practices, and a committed advocate for the positive role of designers and artists in shaping a better world. Thank you all.
Thank you to all those who contributed to this declaration and helped give shape to this collective vision. We now invite on stage the board members of the Cumulus Association, along with several past presidents who have played a key role in building and guiding this network over the years. They will be the first to formally sign the 2025 Cumulus Declaration as a symbol of their commitments for the value it represents. Please come on. I'll be behind. Thank you. I'm going to invite you to step down. We'll do the official picture later. You'll be called back soon. Ethical leadership in design must also echo into the professional sphere. And that's why a number of international organizations have chosen to endorse the Cumulus Declaration through a strong symbolic commitment to its values and to its future. Some of their representatives are here with us in Nantes, and others have shared their support through messages on videos. Let's begin by a video of Mariana Amatulo, past president of Cumulus and a longtime advocate for design for social impact.
Hello, Cumulus community. I am delighted to be joining you today. I'd like to congratulate the board and the leadership of Vice President Roberto Iniguez Flores as we all gather to celebrate the signing of the Cumulus Design Declaration of 2025. This is an important milestone, and as former president, I'm thrilled to be joining in this celebration virtually. Why is it important? We know that art and design declarations and manifestos have a long tradition, and Cumulus is no stranger to this tradition with our Kyoto Design Declaration that we are renewing today. Declarations and manifestos are important because we know that words conjure worlds. They also represent important messages that as a global association and the premier art and design education association in the world, we are accountable for upholding.
Now I'd like to welcome on stage Félix Darté, President of the Pan-African Design Institute. Thank you for being here. Can you tell us why you support the Cumulus Declaration?
Right. Thank you. Design in Africa is in a period I will call Sankofa period. We are kind of discovering design in the African context and how best we can also help the international design fraternity in disseminating design to the rest of the world. So such a declaration, it's very important in the sense that it will help us be able to look at what we are doing and how best we'll be able to fit into it, and how best sort of contribute to making design a better place, or this earth a better place. So we are here to support, sign the declaration, and then adapt it to our condition and to help. Right. Thank you.
Thank you so much. We're now going to hear from Javier Sanz, President of the Ibero-American Design Biennial.
Association of Designers of Madrid, we completely endorse the Cumulus Design 2025 Declaration. We believe design should focus on people and the planet. We view design as needing to be sustainable and aid in fighting climate change. We support inclusive design, diverse design, and adapting to new technological advancements that help us establish ourselves in a more significant context of innovation.
In this regard, a most international initiative, the Ibero-American Design Biennial, Instability, and the big meeting on design and education, held in Madrid, calls on the entire design community. We invite professionals, companies, universities, educators and students alike to come together in a meaningful dialogue, to share experiences and engage in the pursuit of design excellence. In Cumulus, we've not only found a very powerful ally, but also a true source of inspiration. We are thrilled to help amplify the values of Cumulus, which we all subscribe, and to spread their vision, advocating design as a powerful means to cause positive impact in our societies.
Next, I'd like to welcome on stage Isabelle Verillac, past president of the Bureau of European Designers Association.
Thank you so much.
Can you tell us what convinced you to support this declaration? Sorry.
Yes, good morning, everybody. So I apologize for Christina, the current, Christina Melander, the current president of BEDA, who can't join us today. But thank you for the invitation. And I'm proud to be here to represent BEDA. So as a sister organization, BEDA supports the Cumulus Declaration and its commitment to inclusivity, collaboration, and planet-centered innovation, believing that alliances across institutions are key to success. The Cumulus Declaration aligns that with BEDA's 2024 position paper, which advocates for sustainable growth and prosperity in Europe. The position paper highlights 3 critical themes that require urgent attention and action. Deploy design, including fostering skills, lifelong learning, and intellectual property rights. Strengthen democracy by rebuilding trust and citizen engagement, and create a safe Europe for the digital extension of our living environments through design. Thank you.
Thank you. We now turn to Peter Lloyd, Chair of the Design Research Society and President of the International Association of Design Research Societies, on video.
Hello, Cumulus. On behalf of the 2 organizations that I lead, the Design Research Society and IASDA, I would like to give you many congratulations for your new Design Declaration. I think the declaration really outlines the power of the design discipline to do good in the world. I think it also effectively articulates the responsibilities that we have, the values that we share, but also the difficult tasks that lie ahead. As educators and researchers, we have the power to influence a new generation of students in thinking about this complex world and how best to design the future for us. So with this design declaration, I think you have really set an agenda for future generations to follow. So many congratulations and many thanks for all the hard work that is taken to produce this declaration.
And now, please welcome on stage Ezio Manzini, founder of the DCIS Network for Social Innovation and a globally respected design researcher.
Thank you. Thank you for having me here and say a few words. I'm, of course, very emotional to talk today because me and the organization that I represent, this DESIS, have a long story with Cumulus. So we are at a very important moment in this story. Who do not know DESIS? DESIS is a network focused on the design for social innovation based in labs that are in the School of Design. So it means that it was obvious to have relationships, strong relationships with Cumulus. And this relationship, in my view, has been very important. For us, DESIS has been very important because it gave us the opportunity every year to have 1 or 2 in-presence encounters. That is very important in this digital era. And secondly, because it gives the possibility to exchange, of course, ideas with the others. And now, listening to this final version of this declaration, I really find that there has been a work that not only we, but we together, all together, we have done. And I want to simply finish with 2 words that have been used today that are in the declaration, but in my view are fundamental. One is care, and I've been very pleased that the first keynotes today was about care. Care is a fundamental issue to be planet-oriented because care means to be near, needs to take time, needs to do a lot of things that normally are not done in the more general way of living in this period. So care is fundamental, but to take care, we have to design for togetherness. And togetherness, to be together, to collaborate, in my view, is a second fundamental word that we have to use. So I hope that our collaboration between DESIS and Cumulus will continue for a long time. So see you in 35 years. Thank you.
Thank you. Finally, please welcome Emmanuel Thuan, President of the APCI, the French International Agency for the Promotion of Design. He's going to tell us why this declaration is meaningful to him.
Thank you. Hello, everyone. Really happy to be here with you. As the chairman of APCI, I will first of all say thank you to Cumulus Association from all the board members of APCI because we are completely aligned with the Cumulus Design Declaration, and we completely endorse the declaration. Last 2 weeks, we worked with a lot of sister associations in France to try to not to define design, but to define impact of design in society, environment, and economical issue. We really believe, strongly believe that the systemic crisis that we experiment today and for the near future need inclusive, diverse, and adaptive design, obviously. And we really believe also that the designer skills are one of the answers to face off the next systemic crisis, because we are at the crossroad of economical, social, and environmental issue. And then we need, at every scale, the design skill everywhere. Thank you.
Stay on stage. You can stay on stage. I'm going to call back everyone right now. Thank you, first of all, for all the speakers. To close this moment, I'm going to ask everyone who came on stage this morning to come back. Sorry for those who just came down. We're going to do a final group photo together, so all the partners, the board members, the speakers, the past presidents, the student ambassadors, I'm trying not to forget anyone. If you've been here, just come back, and we're going to capture the collective energy in an image around the Cumulus Declaration, please. We got it. Thank you. I'm going to ask that only the board members and past presidents stay on stage, and for the other one, you may return to your seats. We're going to do the Cumulus Declaration signature photo. So board members, past presidents, stay here. I saw you. Good. Thank you. Step down. Thank you. Thank you. So, ladies and gentlemen, this brings us to the end of this opening ceremony. On behalf of l'École de Design Nantes Atlantique and the entire organization team, I'd like to warmly thank everyone who made this moment possible, from the Cumulus board to our partners, speakers, ambassadors, and behind-the-scenes teams who worked with dedication over many months. I think we've got that. Your energy, your commitment, and your creativity have turned the vision into a reality. On a personal note, it's been an honor for me to host this ceremony and to share this special moment with you all. But of course, this is the beginning of the next few days that are going to be just great. To give you final practical notes and highlights for the rest of the week, Jade and Frédéric are going to come back on stage. They promise to be quick because we're all very hungry. And thank you so much. Frédéric, the stage is yours. Thank you.